All right. This is a side-by-side comparison of my first 4043 and Drewski's 4043. We're going to start it now. We're just watching it on my stream, and then I'm going to talk about it throughout. And yeah, it should be a good time. So for anybody wondering about the buttons showing at the top of Drewski's stream, that is just his input viewer. He has it put there on the info HUD. I actually used to do that on my old runs, and then people complained, so I moved them on mine. But Drewski is running on the original ROM, so he's already ahead of me, guys. He's already super ahead of me. It's over. It's over for me. So I could move the video upward in OBS. The problem is that my stream stuff is below it. So yeah, we're just gonna leave this how it is. All right, so Drewski is really good at Zodin pumps, raking pumps. For anybody who doesn't know, he is better than I am at them. He's probably the best person at them, which is why he was able to do BT skip legitimately, which is crazy. So you'll be seeing some top tier Zodin pumps, raking pumps from Drewski at a number of different points in this run. But so here's what I'm gonna say. And this is not a dig, this is not an insult. Drewski has been referred to as the early game warrior, I think, or the early game champion or whatever. So I will be extremely surprised considering my early game was very bad in this and his early games are usually very good. I will be extremely surprised if he doesn't pull ahead immediately and maintain that lead for a long time. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens. But for example, like I spent years trying to get a 437 bombs, and I finally did. And then like a year or like a year and a half after I did that, Drewski had been playing the game for like a year, and he got a 436 bombs. So he's very, very good at early game. The other thing that Drewski is very, very good at is what I refer to as micro movement. He's just really good at moving Samus in very precise ways. Teeny tiny jumps, extremely precise ledge grabs, etc., etc. That was a pretty cool spin backup thing you did there, Drewski. I don't know if I've ever noticed that before. I like that. Maybe I'll steal that so that I can be better. I missed my first morph attempt there, and then construction zone down. That's been bugging me lately, dude. I keep doing that. So yeah, Drewski's already pretty far ahead. See, okay, but like, so I'm just gonna call this out. So we're just gonna go back so that you can see what I'm talking about with the micro movement. So compare Drewski, compare his mock ball there, right there, to mine. We're gonna watch that one more time. Look at this. Okay, look at his. Okay, now look at mine. So his jump, teeny tiny jump. He's really good at that stuff. And that all adds up. It does. That all adds up. So that is just the first of probably many examples where Drewski can simply move Samus more precisely than anybody else that I've seen play this game. So. To be fair, this is all anime superpowers at this point. All right, so Drewski did a strat there that saves like 10 or 15 frames from what I recall. But if you mess it up, it's a reset. So I've done it in a couple runs, but for the most part, I don't bother as of yet. That's probably one of the next things I'll implement as far as optimizations go. Looked like a pretty solid BT. Zost has been doing that in some runs, at least. I'm not sure if he does it every time or not. Drewski uses a controller to play. He uses a regular SNES controller. All right, so yeah, he's already like 5 seconds ahead of me, roughly. And that's not surprising, considering my mistakes and how optimal he moves. Not really surprising at all. Nice weave. So what Drewski just did there is actually a lot harder than the weave that I do. They're both frame perfect, but Drewski he did the jump around the corner. I do a mock ball specifically because the jump around the corner is harder. So all right, so I'm farming green hills here. For anybody who doesn't know, the reason that I do that is actually directly related to one-round Phantoons. Having 10 missiles here is extremely beneficial for that. So. All right, so I screwed up red tower in a big way. We somehow still got up before the block respawned. But things are very, very bad at this point. So this is the worst power bombs time I've had in a PB since coming back. I'm 99% sure. And as far as before that, I don't even know. It was an 8:34 power bombs time for me. I don't know what Drewski's time was, but I know that Drewski's best time is, I think it's an 8:19. So, very, very bad pacing on my part here. Okay, so we're about an entire elevator spread here, which is about 10 seconds. So Drewski's about 10 seconds ahead of me right now. All right, looks like he's gonna get the horizontal bomb jump. Very nice. I'm set up for a CWJ. Get that. So that saves me a few seconds compared to Drewski's horizontal bomb jump. But he's still far ahead. Okay. Entering Phantoon. So Drewski did an on-screen air Doppler, which in terms of a 2-round, that's very, very fast. And then, yeah, so that was what, a fast mid? And then I got a 1-round mid. So our Phantoon fights were probably similar in length. I don't know exactly, but... since I had to throw Phantoon off screen. Okay. I don't remember if I got my my new strat here. I did. Oh, but then I messed it up right there. So it's cool though. I like that strat. All right. People are noting the resource discrepancy. So yeah, Drewski is full pretty much. I have 4 missiles to work with, which is much worse off. That's probably the biggest disadvantage to 1-rounding Phantoon, is that you're very unlikely to have a lot of missiles here. But we both get through attic, which is good. Drewski got a really good morph there through these platforms, so that saved him a little time compared to what just happened for me. Yeah, Bugman. So with 1-rounds, you're pretty much always going to be at the mercy of Phantoon's drops for missiles. With 2-rounds, you can often have a handful of missiles after Phantoon is already dead and then get more from his drops. So that is definitely a factor. 1-rounds are still worth it on average, because you're almost always going to get enough missiles that it's not going to be a problem. But it does have a little bit of an impact for the next segment as well. All right, so Drewski's resources here means he doesn't need to farm. I was hoping to get an energy from the crab so that I could justify not farming, but then I didn't, so I had to farm here. That's about a 2-second difference, if I recall, farming versus not farming. And then that happened. I forgot about that too. That sucks. So I'm trying to remember what I was thinking at this point in the run. I don't even recall. That bomb was too high. Yep. This segment was really rough in my PB. In that, yeah. So, I do expect Drewski to continue pulling ahead here. But yeah, we'll have to see. Nice powerbomb lay. So, the powerbomb, just a little tidbit here. We want to lay it on the top left of the tube because that's where the trigger to break the tube is. So if you can morph into the ceiling like that, that saves like half a second. So that's a really good optimization right there that we both got. So Drewski does right side here, which completely fixes this door. RTA speeds, what I do is theoretically a little faster if you optimize it correctly. But you do get a little bit more of a door transition, like a door fix. So that's one thing to keep in mind. There's quite a big discrepancy between my run and Drewski's run in terms of in-game time. There's about 10 seconds difference. And little things like that are what kind of make up that difference. That and I grab an extra missile pack here in a couple minutes, which is more than half of the time discrepancy. But I freaking hate that slope, dude. So I assume Drewski's going for right side here since he already has super selected. That was a very fast right side. That was super clean. I went for left side for resource reasons, if I recall. And also because right side has been a pain for me lately. That sucked. Batcave sucked for me. And then again, I think Drewski on average saves 10 to 20 frames on me because of the raking pumps here in Speed Hallway. So I'm kind of surprised Drewski didn't jump through that door. That definitely contributes to the in-game time thing. All right, so Drewski just jumped over the wave missiles. So this is the last major difference that you're going to see between our runs. So he jumped over those. I'm going to grab them here. The short version is Drewski saved about 5 seconds in the room before wave compared to me RTA. However, me having the extra missiles could potentially save a lot of that 5 seconds back throughout the rest of the run. It's going to be a personal decision whether you, as a runner, decide to grab the extra missile pack or not. For me and my preferences and my my goals and stuff in the game, I will probably never drop the wave missiles. And I think this run kind of proves that I don't need to. But okay, nice lava spark from Drewski. And then the other thing is, you notice that he's pausing on the elevator here. I already paused and changed my beams. That's so that I could do the strat in this room specifically. It's still a little bit slower to pause earlier, but I find that strat much easier. So, yeah. Okay. So, looking at this, I think Drewski's about 15 seconds ahead of me right now. So Drewski got a little bit of lag there in worst room in the game. I don't remember if I do or not. Okay, so I saved a little time there. And then I assume, yeah, so Drewski's going to do the double spike hit here. And I probably just K-go straight through. Yep. So that saves some time for me. All right, Drewski has 13 and 9. And he did get 4x, but it looks like he only used 6 missiles. I have 15 and 9. I also get 4x. And I'm going to use all my missiles, I'm pretty sure. So Ridley gave us an extra swoop there, which cost us some time. If he hadn't done that, the fight would have been a few seconds faster. But despite that, it was still very good Ridley. I don't remember the exact room time. I thought that was a 66, but looking at it, it couldn't have been. So maybe it was a 69 or 71 or something. Still very good, though. Or maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it was. I don't know. So something just happened to Drewski and Fire Fleas that I absolutely hate it when it happens to me. So I feel for Drewski on that. Messing that room up is so annoying. Like there's no, it's just awful. Anyway, so I'm gaining a little time here. We both got the ball bounce. Mine was a little better than his. Hi, Nia. Hi. This is a good time for you to sit on my lap. Yes. Alright, Drewski did an extra farm there. That's a little slower. But I mean, it can be really, it can be a good farm. It just kind of depends. Oh, okay. Yeah, you sit. You sit there. Good idea. You want to purr into the microphone? Yeah? Okay. Drewski just did my least favorite thing to do in this segment, which is miss the jump into the crate door, either going in or coming back. Either of those really suck. All right, so we're about 7 seconds apart now. I think you were the one who pointed that out to me, Chabo. I think you noticed it and mentioned it, and I was like, that's a good point. So now I do mention it, but yeah. Oh, I forgot about that. Dude, I freaking hate that room still. I have I have a much better strat there now than I used to, but it's still, that room sucks, dude. Okay. I missed this jump here, which really sucks. And I bonk there. So that's the slowest botch wound pattern. Drewski opted to do the second X Factor strat, which I suck at, so I don't do it. But yeah. Botch wound is it's an interesting boss. You can lose time there without realizing it in a lot of ways. And here is the Dragon. So Drewski's gonna do, excuse me, the traditional rain dance, which has a little bit more lag than the rain dance that I do. And looks like he got Swoop Goop. And I also got Swoop Goop. And we both do Spike Suit here. Why are you addicted to Super Metroid content? Because this game's awesome, that's why. All right. Now, this is actually really scary. So I get no energy there. I'm like, oh no, because you to feel safe in Turian, you really want at least 80. You want at least 80 energy. And I have 49. So I'm pretty scared here. Oh, I forgot about that. That was bad. I totally forgot about that mistake. All right, so I got a total of 1 small energy drop from those pirates, and I also got one from one of the things in Terminator because I messed up. So I have 58 now, which again, this is still very scary. So my missiles and my supers are looking pretty good, but my energy is really bad here. And I think I actually gave the people watching kind of a disclaimer. I was like, guys, realistically, I might just die here, just so you know. Oh, I have died in exactly that way many times. So I really needed energy here. And I get 1 big, which is just enough to not be in, like, health bomb. And I didn't get grabbed, so we didn't die. So from here, I'm like, okay, we're not gonna die. Should be okay. Why do you not unmorph? You bounced. If you try to unmorph on the same frame that Samus bounces on the ground, she won't unmorph. That's why it's the same thing with spike suits. If you try to unmorph on the same frame, you take damage. She just won't unmorph. That's just how it is. So yeah, looks like Drewski lost a bunch of time in Metroid Room 4 because of that. And then he does 4 jump, Stachio. There's my free 3 jump setup. Yeah, same thing happens if you try to jump on the same frame, you run into a wall. Samus just won't jump. Alright, so I have 1 extra super here. That's gonna help me in a big way. I'm also gonna get pretty lucky here. At least I think this is the run I got lucky on. I barely dodged those onion rings. Drewski's video is 30 frames per second. Shuck. It's a YouTube thing. Alright, so if I recall, I'm going to be on shot 59 going for 60, and Mother Brain is going to launch her head. Right there. So she would have catch-upped, and I would have lost like 5 seconds, but she lunged her head instead. So, anyway. The super got me to the catch-up phase faster than Drewski, and then I got a really good pattern. But, Drewski got good cutscene, which saves him 4 seconds right here. It's RNG, Val. So if you watch, my Mother Brain is going to take a lot longer to sit down than Drewski's Mother Brain. So now I'm behind again. Because Drewski got good cutscene. So even though it looks like Drewski's Mother Brain was really bad, it actually, like, it wasn't good, but it wasn't as awful as it looks because of good cutscene. And just so you guys know, when it comes to Mother Brain RNG, sometimes, maybe not always, but sometimes even 1 frame of difference makes her behavior change. Like when I was tasking it out, I remember one time I found a situation where if I shot Mother Brain 1 frame later, her entire pattern changed. So saying like, oh, well, if Drewski hadn't missed his shots and then got good cutscene, like the reality is that probably wouldn't have happened. So that was a very good Mother Brain 3 on my part. So now I'm actually ahead again. So I pulled ahead a little bit in these rooms from movement. Just ever so slightly. Now we're synced again. I think that was a door fix thing. I don't even know what just happened there. This is so dumb, dude. Alright, and then I get a bad steam there. I've actually changed my strat a little bit from that because of that. And then we both get steamed here. And Drewski finishes about a half second ahead of me. So that's the run. That's the comparison. I hope the commentary was good. I hope there was some insight. But again, Drewski is an incredible runner. He's not currently doing runs. He's taking a break. I support him in that completely separately from the fact that I'm currently grinding. Because I've been in a position similar to him in the past. And mentally it's better to take care of yourself rather than force yourself if you're kind of burnt out. So anyway, if you're not currently following Drewski, please do. I don't know what his YouTube channel is, but his Twitch is Drewski_I. If you go to twitch.tv/Drewski, it's not this Drewski, it's someone else. One time somebody raided him and I ended up in his channel and he was playing like Rocket League or something. So anyway, so yeah, please go follow Drewski if you're not already, so that when he does come back, if he does come back and start doing runs again, you can watch him because he's very, very talented at this game. With that, I'm going to be done with this commentary. Thank you for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And yeah, I'll see you next time.